Tonight's show is sponsored by Queen Bee Cleaning Company. Queen Bee Cleaning Company services Wayne County and the surrounding areas within a 1-hour radius. Their services include residential cleaning, commercial cleanings, post-construction cleanups, move-ins and move-outs. Yes, they do the packing and cleaning for you. Real estate cleanings, deep cleans, event cleanups, window cleaning, interior, exterior, and screens, junk removal, and boat detailing. Yes, you heard that right, boat detailing. You can hire them weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, one-time jobs as needed. It doesn't matter. They offer all natural cleaning options as well using chemical-safe products. All estimates are free. When you need to find a cleaning company, think Queen Bee, because when your environment is clean, you feel happy, motivated, and healthy. To contact them for all of your cleaning needs, call 570-229-3959 or email them at qbcleaningcompany@gmail.com.
All right, y'all. It's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? We're back with another exciting episode of NDT Podcast. Alongside me are my co-hosts, Justin and Aaron. How are you guys doing tonight?
What's up, brother?
Damn,
Not too much over here. Not too much over here. He's gone. He's like,
I've been canceled.
I'm out. No more. Not allowed to do this anymore.
Sunday,
So what's been up, guys?
Sunday.
It's been a while. Been a long week, yeah? We won't get into all that. Been a long week, but we won't get into all that. Super fun. Super cool stuff.
Interesting week.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely an interesting week. I've had a long weekend though. Doing not a whole lot, which is fantastic. I got to nap today for the first time in forever. Really appreciated that.
Bro, that pretzel was huge.
Bro, that was good.
Yeah,
though.
it was.
That was good though.
That was
We
a
didn't
Cora's pretzel?
Yeah, we didn't have the kids yesterday, so we went out to Cora's. I've been craving some Cora's hot wings. That was fantastic. Got the pretzel, had myself some Yinglings. It was nice to have some adult time for once. You know, I don't get that very often, so I enjoyed it. And then last night we had our fire, as everyone could see on Facebook there. And Aaron came over. We chatted a little bit, hung out a little bit, and I lit shit on fire. It was fun. A lot of good times there. Nice area. Yeah, ever since expanding my fire pit, man, I've been so happy. I'm burning all these pallets and everything else.
Yeah, it was there the other day, and I was like, I looked at Alex. I'm like, the fuck is the fire ring? She's like, in the garden.
Yeah, it's in the garden, baby.
I'm just a little disappointed you didn't build that thing up a little more last night.
Well, I was trying to be nice. You know, the baby was outside with us, and when I got it going pretty good, that heat was reaching us really well, and I didn't want to make her too hot, man. I didn't want to make her freak out, so kept it small, kept it calm. We were all right with it.
Wait till the next one.
So, you know, every weekend on our Facebook page, we really try to get one of those selfie Saturday or selfie Sundays out. We want to see the beautiful faces of the people in our community. And was it yesterday or today? Alex puts one up. Take a selfie like your dog. Not a lot of interaction on that one, but the people that did post, they just posted a fucking selfie of their dog. I'm like, y'all missed the fucking point of that one. You're supposed to be a dog.
Well, how does a dog take a selfie?
If you have to use your imagination, you gotta get creative, brother.
It's literally gonna be a picture of this much of your face and your hand.
I couldn't get my head that far between my legs to take a selfie like my dog.
Oh my god.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You gotta practice. You gotta practice some yoga. All right. Yeah, once you're ready, once you're feeling nice and limber, we'll help you get that photo and it'll be your new profile picture. How about that? Maybe we'll use it in advertisements for NDT podcast.
That's cool.
I think that's cool.
If I become that limber, I'll do it.
Since you're someone who doesn't like to participate in our selfie Saturdays and selfie Sundays,
I took one.
You did one.
And it's the only one we're going to get.
Correct.
Probably.
That was the caption.
Mm-hmm. So I have...
We could get a picture of him in the Grinch outfit doing that.
Oh, that'll take a selfie in all day long. That's Christmas time, though. I can't wait for that. That was so much fun.
Yeah. So everyone that's here, thank you for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. If you're hanging out, having a good time, going to spend a little time with us, make sure you click that like button and share the love, share the post out, share the stream out to all of your friends and family. Get them to come in here and have a good time with us. I have two things at least that I want to talk about tonight. I don't know what you guys want to talk about, but I got at least two things. Before we get to that, I wanted to cover some more things on the Facebook page. I think we had a really good post, and I didn't, there were some good answers on it too. The one was, if I could have dinner with any 90s movie star, who would it be? I think that was one of my favorite posts from this week because one of the most popular answers was Robin Williams.
Well, yeah,
and I think
huge.
I think Robin Williams would be fantastic to sit down, have a meal with, have a drink with, and have a conversation with. Like, that man has gone way too soon.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah,
he was a great actor.
Fantastic.
Yeah, very compassionate, very funny, and it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. I think it's Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. Am I right? I think that's right. I think that's true.
Couldn't tell you.
So I think that's a good mention for this month is, check in on the people who are always smiling and always seem okay. As men, we tend to hold everything in. We don't want to bother anybody with our own drama, our own problems. So check in on the men in your life, even if they seem okay, send a little message out and, just make sure we're all okay. You guys okay? Do a buddy check right now, right live. Yeah, maybe.
Fine.
Okay. All right.
That's
good.
The correct
now,
answer. Look at Aaron.
I liked my answer too. Mila Jovovich, because she was fantastic. I mean, my daughter's name is Mila after her. It took some convincing. My wife
wanted in love with her.
My wife wanted to spell our daughter's name with the two L's, and I was like, yeah, but that's pronounced Mia, so then it'd be a little bit different. So she liked her too. That she liked the name from Mila Jovovich. So that's where we got that name from. So I have to sit down and chat with her, let her know that my daughter's kind of named after her. I think it's pretty cool.
See, yeah. I was going to put my real answer up because I'd love to have dinner with Jennifer Love Hewitt. But I put down Anthony Hopkins because he was like one of my favorite actors from back then.
Anthony Hopkins would be super interesting to talk to too, man.
Yep.
I'd like to know what it was like to prepare for the role of Hannibal.
Yeah, you imagine?
Because he did fantastic with that one, man. You never answered. Well, give us your answer. Oh, JTT, my wife says.
Who the hell's JTT?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Back in the 90s, every teenage girl's dream.
Did I ever tell you about the story about the Silence of the Lambs when that movie came out?
No.
So every New Year's Eve, my parents would let us rent a movie, and they'd start it right around the time before the ball would drop. So we'd watch the movie, have snacks, whatever, and then the ball would drop. We'd go to bed. So my mom and dad rented Silence of the Lambs. It freaked my older brother out for 2 weeks. He did not sleep, thinking that Hannibal the Cannibal was coming to the house. We were young, we were like 9 or 10 years old. Yeah, he would not sleep those 2 weeks. It was so weird.
That's perfect, funny. Man. What's going on, Jeff? How are you tonight, man? Jeff, lucky winner last week of 2 different prizes. Fan-freaking-tastic.
How did that go?
That went really well, man. We're gonna have to reconfigure how we do things though, because the random wheel, really liked a couple of names. We had a lot of people in the contest, and that randomizer wheel it was in love with a couple of people. It was very weird.
That's luck.
Yes, he was every teen girl's crush. Absolutely. But no, it was a good turnout. There was a lot of people in there, and we gave a lot of shit away.
It was a long stream. It was like almost 2 hours long.
And I
caught the tail end of it.
I did want to point out though, we did give away cash. We did give away a lot of merch. We showed some love to our sponsors who each chipped in and gave something away from their own companies, their own businesses. But to be honest with everyone, Everything we gave away was because of all of our sponsors. Even the
True story.
cash, even the merch. We were able to do that because of all of our incredible sponsors, man. So big shout out to them for being a part of our show, being a part of our community, and being incredible people. So thank y'all for that. It was either him or Devin Sawa. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that
him
is,
if you saw him.
but I do know
He was in a
that
couple big movies.
I do know that I would definitely take on a gator or a croc over a hippo, a tiger, or a fucking grizzly bear. So y'all are
Take on
nuts.
the hip.
Bro,
The hip.
I'm telling you,
bro.
give me a laser pointer, and me
That-
and that cat will be okay.
I gave you credit for that one. That was pretty clever. That was pretty clever. Coming from you, brother. That was good, brother.
I want to take on that hippo, man.
Fuck you,
Tell me
Corey.
why you tell me why you want to take on the hippo.
Because I honestly think outside of all of those animals, it would be the easiest one to defend yourself against. That's just my opinion.
Really?
I do.
But
Why
they're
do you
really
think that
do.
a
one of the
hippo would be
most
the easiest?
aggressive animals, though.
Oh
Yeah, but
yeah.
as far as the speed is concerned, I don't think it's going to catch up to you like a tiger.
Well,
An alligator is fucking fast. I just think the hippo you got a better chance against.
I
A
don't know,
tiger's just a
man.
big cat. If you're not scared of it, it's not gonna fuck with you.
So I'd say that's the same with
That's
any
a
animal, though.
Fucking lie. If you're not afraid of a tiger, it's not gonna fuck with you. I think it's one of the
Allegedly.
biggest lies ever told on this show.
Yeah,
Oh my
we're gonna
God.
take Justin a closet pause and let him climb in the cage and see what it does.
I'd love to.
The show NDT podcast does not share the same views as Justin does. They are his own views. Please let that be known. Do not try to go pet a fucking tiger and say, "Oh, I'm not afraid of it, so it's not going to hurt me." Don't do that. That's a very bad idea.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's not gonna come after you, but like they said,
Just the gator,
if you're
Joseph, yes.
scared or showing fear, it's more likely to come at you.
Joe, have you seen Happy Gilmore? Chubb's lost his whole hand, bro.
But I feel like I'd stand a better chance. Like I could lay on one of them and probably have a decent chance.
Yeah, that's
A
true. I
hippo's
don't know.
quicker, bro. A hippo's quicker than you think. I think
wanna
a
take
hippo's
a
a lot quicker than you
on.
think.
I don't care. Stuff something in that big mouth is. He
What was
can't
it?
close his
You
mouth.
see the fucking size of that fucking
But
mouth,
now
bro.
the question is though, if you're against a hippo, are you in water with like a little bit of land, or are you just on land? Same thing with the gator or croc.
Right.
Are you
Where-
in water or on land? Either way, you
It's
have
all
a
gonna
better
be
chance
where
on
you're
land against
element.
a croc or a
Yeah.
gator.
Yep.
But they're still faster than you fucking think.
I think even crocodiles and gators can move fairly quick on land when they want to. But thinking about this question really makes you think about it makes me think about how fragile human beings are.
We
Like,
are very
we're really fragile,
creatures.
man. Like we wouldn't stand a chance against any four of those animals. We really wouldn't. We'd be toast.
That's why they're in a zoo, in a cage where we can't get to them.
Or out in the wild in their natural habitat, like they probably should be. I've never been to a zoo where I looked at it and was like, they got a nice habitat, a nice environment for these animals. This is perfect for them. Zoos are great and all, but like as a rehab center, like keeping them in there. How fast are hippos? Here we go. Thanks, Jared.
Yes.
You're gonna outrun that? Get out of here.
I'm gonna sidestep that bastard. He's fat.
I don't know, man.
It looks like
just
you're pretty
couldn't-
good change of direction there in the beginning.
See,
Right?
the key to this whole thing is, and no one really put a lot of this in there, thought into this. As long as you keep feeding them shit, they're not gonna bother you. So I'm gonna bring in like 20 watermelons and just keep throwing them at the hippo and let him eat for a half
I
hour.
mean,
and I'm good.
You know what? You're right. We are thinking about it incorrectly. We are thinking about having to fight these things. It does just say if you had to survive 20 minutes with one of these animals.
I'll just keep feeding the fat fucker watermelon and I'm good.
Yeah. Bears are fast and they're cute and fluffy. Yes, bears are very fast. You know what though? I do have a little bit of Russian blood in me. So maybe I can tame a grizzly bear and make it my friend. Maybe.
But
Yes.
I'm crazy for saying go up and pet a tiger.
Yes. A tiger will rip you apart.
And a grizzly won't.
No. He's gonna be my friend.
It's a
He's gonna
teddy
be my
bear.
friend. Yeah.
He might think you guys are the
That's
same
the biggest
creature.
lie ever told on this fucking show now.
Grizzly Adams, you know.
Have you seen all the videos with these crazy Ruskies that have fucking grizzly bear pets? Like how?
You seen the amount of people that have tigers as fucking pets?
Yeah, talk to Mike Tyson, right?
Yeah. Have you seen The Hangover?
Yes, I've seen The Hangover. 100%. Oh my god, it would drive me nuts. That would drive me nuts. All right, what else do we want to talk about tonight? There's one thing that we really wanted to get to that I think would be
Yeah,
super
you
fun.
want to get to the bottom of Mel's hole.
I do. Anybody
Hey.
ever hear of Mel's Hole?
Before you get to Mel's Hole.
Oh, I do have something before Mel's Hole too.
Yeah, but why don't you tell everybody about the events we have coming up this month so we can get some more participation?
You keep
Facts,
me
I still need
honest.
to buy a ticket.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, of all three of us, you're the one that doesn't have tickets, dumbass.
Call me Joe Exotic. I'm gonna pet that tiger. Alex says.
Yeah,
Right,
Alex's last
exactly.
words are going to be "Here, kitty, kitty." Done.
I said here, kitty, kitty last night. It ended well.
I think I could make
How
friends
was
with
that?
a tiger faster than a grizzly.
How'd you make out last night after I left? Everything go well? according to plan?
Made out for quite a while. I mean, really well. It's fantastic.
Aaron, why?
Let me go and see if there's some help up there. Some professional help. You need professional help.
They were already warm and fuzzy by the fire, so
Baby. So, going
you can't even think now.
going back to the animal thing, I saw a really cool video of a moose that started to charge this couple that were on a hike or something. It was a female moose that started to run towards them, and this dude had a walking stick with him. And as it's charging him, he picks it up and goes full on fucking caveman. Ah! Ah! He starts pointing the stick at him, at the fucking moose, like he's a goddamn caveman. And the moose back down. Like, talk about going primitive and back to your roots. That was one of the funniest fucking videos I've seen. That was so cool. Yeah.
I don't
it
know
was
if I
good.
have the thought process to do that.
Both of you are just staring at the screen like, what?
Well,
Thanks, guys. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony? How you doing tonight, my man?
I'm laughing because I said to you before you get into anything else, tell everybody about the events we have coming.
I know,
up.
but we were talking. We'll get there.
Right, and then you just went to this moose thing, and I'm like,
Because I had the thought, and I'm gonna
What's he
lose it, man.
doing?
I go all over the place. What the fuck's he doing?
that's why I always have my pen.
Anthony in chat here has his own podcast as well. I believe, Anthony, if you could drop the name of that podcast in chat for us, we'll let all these lovely people know to go follow you over there. Yeah, so what we have coming up, guys, we got a couple of things going on. We do have our NDT day at the ballpark over at PNC Field for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders.
Which,
If
if
you
you missed it, I was in the middle of getting yelled at for not having a ticket yet. And then
Yes,
we started talking about moose.
Of course, started talking about a moose.
Squirrel. Anywho, if you
Squirrel!
go to what?
What?
If you go to our page, it is a pinned post at the top of the page. Okay. It's $13. Discounted tickets down from $19. It is on June 29th. The week before, we will select a winner to throw out the first pitch. You also have the opportunity to see our very own maestro, Aaron, singing the national anthem at PNC Field. Is going to be fantastic. It's $13. I did say $13. It's a discounted ticket, $13 down from $19. So you're saving $6 per ticket to come hang out with us. We have some very good seats. We have two sections, section 13, section 14. Aaron is down in the front row of section 13. I am down in the front row of section 14. We're spreading it out a little bit. There is lots of room for everybody. It is going to be a great night. It is also the office night at the ballpark. The first 2,500 people through the gates will receive a Stanley bobblehead. Stanley himself will also be in attendance. And Aaron, I hope that when we're out on the field for you singing the national anthem, that maybe we get to meet Stanley and bring him over and hang out with us a little bit.
Clarify that it's the character Stanley from The Office, not a Stanley Cup.
Yes, it's not a
Bobblehead.
Stanley Cup bobblehead. It is a Stanley from The Office bobblehead. We really have to
Right.
clarify that. You know
Dude,
what?
some
They
people are
You're
gonna
really
right.
show
missed
up.
the opportunity here.
You're right.
Could have given away a Stanley.
Oh my God, that would.
Wow.
Pretzel Day. Fucking
We
A,
can
right?
still
Pretzel Day, man.
technically do this, and I'll explain when we get off stream how we do it, but we can
Oh,
still
God.
do that.
Leslie David Baker. Yes, my wife is the ultimate Office fan. She wants to make sure we know that Stanley's real life name is Leslie David Baker. You're welcome.
I guarantee you he will respond to Stanley.
Boy,
Let's not
have you
call him
lost your
Leslie.
mind? Because I'll help you find it. Fucking, he's such a great character.
I hope he's there
Mhm.
too, down the on the field.
Yeah, that would be
We'll
super
bring some
nice.
business cards.
Yep. What else do we have going on that we want to share with everybody? I'm trying to think. My head's a mess right now. I think that's the only thing immediate that we have coming up. We do have a special guest from Beards, Brews, and Barbecues, a content creator here out of Northeastern Pennsylvania. His name is Mark. He'll be on the show on June 23rd.
Did they challenge us to like a cage fight or something?
No, this is someone else. So Beards, Brews, and Barbecues. Go follow Beards, Brews, and Barbecues over on Facebook. He'll be on the show June 23rd. The ones that called us out were Just the G's podcast. So Gio and Mike, they're good people. I don't know if they knew what they were doing. Do we want to roast that? Like, I got a little confused by their post. I'm like, wait a minute now. Are we going to do a roast back and forth here? Then they started talking about doing a bowling match in leotards. They can wear the leotards. I'll wear something else, but I'm not wearing leotards. And you
I'll
know
wear a
what, man?
Speedo.
Guys, you already missed your opportunity. Just the G's. You missed your opportunity. We had a bowling night just a few months back over
sure
at
did.
Valley Lanes. It was fucking fantastic. You could have brought your leotards. We could have bowled. We could have went up one-on-one. It'd have been beautiful. But you want to bowl? We'll bowl. Let's do this again. We'll do another bowling night. You know, maybe we'll have an ultimate bowling night between NDT podcast and Just the G's podcast. We'll invite everybody out, have a good time again, and you guys can bring the leotards. Enjoy that. Just did commentary at the mall for New Era and stopped so many Office references. That's fucking awesome. Joseph says he's never seen one episode of The Office. That's blasphemy. Yeah, my favorite is when people try to vacation in this area because of The Office. They want to come see Scranton and see everything from The Office. And I got to remind
Looks nothing
them.
like the show.
Dunder
Except for
Mifflin
that
is not
first
here.
clip. Except for the opening credits
Yep.
there,
Yep.
none of that was ever filmed in Scranton.
Yep. Yeah, Dunder Mifflin is not here. Oh, and why don't you tell him who filmed that opening scene?
John Krasinski, Jim.
Yep.
When he learned he got the role, he just wanted to see what the city of Scranton looked like and what it was about. So he spent like two weeks here.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, Anthony, did you do commentary for New Era themselves, or did you do it for your own show, for your own entity, your own brand? Just out of curiosity. All right, what are we getting into now?
Scranton
Whatever
sucks.
you want.
Yeah, it does, Alex.
Whatever I want. What were we going to? We were going to get into something.
You
stopped me. My brain's
entering
everywhere.
Mel's hole.
Oh,
Mel's
yes.
Hole.
Mel's Hole.
Giggity.
Has anybody ever heard of Mel's Hole? Because this is something I just learned about this past week. Just
Be
learned
careful how
about
you
Mel's
Google
Hole.
that.
No, just Google it. While you're at it, why don't you Google Blue Waffle and tell me what company makes them?
God, I knew it. I
Daddy,
fucking
chill.
knew it.
Don't reference it. I want to know who makes the Blue Waffles.
I also learned,
So someone's got to look up and tell me the company name.
Hey, fuck you, Corey.
I knew that was coming. That's why I waited. There are 28 different species of hamster. And if you go to xhamster.com, you can learn all about them.
Jesus.
We're gonna get so many people in trouble,
Xhamster.com.
dude. Google is gonna have a problem with so many people coming up here.
All right, so here,
Oh my fucking god.
so when the early days of the
Click on this
internet,
shit quick.
I got in trouble. I got in trouble in school. That just brought up a really bad memory. So I was doing research paper. I was doing an article, research paper on the president of the United States. I typed in whitehouse.com and it kept saying restricted, restricted, restricted. So I asked my librarian, I'm like, why can't I get into the website? I found out why. whitehouse.com was actually a porn site back in the day. You're supposed to type in whitehouse.gov. Yeah, that's how I learned about some of this shit. So yeah, so you can check out the species of hamsters if you want.
Dude, we had, oh my god, the early days of the internet were something else, man.
Oh my
All of the
God.
websites, dude. My sister was looking up something for softball, and she was looking up dicks.com.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah,
She tried to
sporting goods.
Yes, she tried to search dicks.com. Like, so how do you not know what you're gonna get when you search dicks.com?
If I want to put it out there, though, our most played reel is the
Oh,
real reel. That's
God.
just a dicks are nice.
Dicks are nice. Was that our most played reel?
Yes, 3
The one-
thousand views on that.
His golf one is at His one golf one is at 1.5.
Yep.
Is it? Now I need to state verbally. I've stated it, I think, twice on that reel now. The shot that's being recorded was a fantastic shot. The shot that got me there was not.
You got a lot of views on it. I mean, I'm no golfer, so I don't know what you did. I can't even follow the ball in that video. But yes, Mel's Hole. Yeah, so I saw a video just the other day that intrigued me. I don't think we're gonna play the whole video here because it would just be silly, but there was a video about this hole that this man found on his property. What state was he in? I don't remember what state he was in. Washington. And this was called Mel's Hole. I need to know, first off, if anybody in chat has heard about this already. I need to know if this is fake. Somebody let me know if it's fake. I'm not claiming this to be true or real. We are a satirical show, everybody. Anyway, apparently it's bottomless. Bottomless.
Did you read the state, the town that it's in?
No.
Mel's Hole is in Ellensburg, Washington.
Ellensburg.
Ellensburg.
So it's Ellen's Hole.
Yeah, Ellensburg knows where Mel's Hole is.
God damn it. So they've thrown all kinds of shit down in Mel's Hole. Never heard anything hit the bottom. Throwing washing machines down there. Old machinery. Heavy equipment. Never hear it hit the bottom. They tried to see what they put a drone down there or a camera on a rope or some bullshit.
Well, initially, all right. So
Fishing line, right?
Somebody
started
take it from here.
Started with a 500-foot piece of fishing line with a roll of lifesavers tagged to the end as a weight. Then allegedly, he didn't do it. So
you pause for dramatic effect.
Allegedly, they put an 80,000-foot piece of string with a 2-pound weight on it to try to find the bottom of this hole, and it never made contact with anything. So I don't know. Then they're claiming that they sent a drone down there. They sent all this other shit. At one point, he said that he threw a dead pet down there, and he came back. The pet was running around his property the next day. Like, this hole just allegedly saved and healed his pet, brought it back to life. Like, there's so many crazy stories going around about this thing. But what I was able to read and watched on a YouTube video was that he actually hooked up with a tribe of Native Americans out down south from him, and they brought him to their reservation, and they found another hole like Mel's Hole that they could not understand. They couldn't describe. Like, they said animals would get near it and they would freak out because of the energy that was coming out. They said there was a different type of warmth that was coming out of this hole instead of like the sun radiation. It was just a different type of warmth coming out. So I'm going to stop talking because I don't want to sound like a Mel's Holes expert, but
Well, that's the kind of shit
that shows Mel's Hole expert though.
That's the kind of shit that interests me about it, though. That's one of those unique situations where it's like, what is it? Because a lot of times when you have like a crater or a cavern or some shit like that, people try to explain it by saying, a glacier rolled over here at one time during the Ice Age and, it destroyed the rock and it made a hole and all this bullshit. But man, I'm telling you, aliens, fucking aliens.
Allegedly.
Squirrel.
So you think it's a
Ooh, what's up?
Portal to another world. Is that what you're thinking?
I don't know. You know what? There's
Middle-earth.
there's a lot. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of shit that goes on nowadays, like the Miami Mall incident. We can get back on that if you want. Like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to believe in alternate dimensions and parallel dimensions, and it could explain the whole Mandela effect. Flat Earth, yes, the Earth is flat, as you all know. Walk into Aaron talking about warmth coming out of a hole, not any hole, Opie.
Mel's hole.
Mel's hole in Ellensburg.
Yes, but I mean, like, it's like that journey to the center of the earth shit. Like, what if that kind of shit's real? What if it is just an alternate dimension?
Yeah.
If it is aliens, there's so much shit that's unexplained in this universe. Like, I feel like at this point I would almost believe in anything. Like, I believe anything's possible.
That means Jared has something queued up. He wants to show us. He's interrupting us. Am I right?
No, it's because we're talking about
A video. You're down there playing with videos and shit. I thought maybe you had something for us.
Lou, what if we were a game? Lou says, "What if we were a game?" It's like the Truman Show, right? It's like the Truman Show.
Before.
We're just kind of being guided and controlled. What if we're just some experiment of this greater alien race? They're just seeing what we do with our existence. Man, is this on the nonsense side of our show, or is this on the deep thought side of our show now?
Yes.
Justin, you might need to take another puff. Give us a good answer.
No, I've thought of that before. What if we are a game? And we're like, I don't know.
And when we sleep is when they turn off the game?
Yeah.
They turned my game off quite a few times.
Well,
I took a few naps.
I tell you what, man, I'd be an NPC. I'm not a main character. I am not a protagonist. I have to be an NPC. What if we keep reliving the same life just with different paths each time? I have had that thought as well, man. Or when it rains, they spilt water. Yeah. It's like, remember in Men in Black, the cat that was in the original Men in Black had that. Orion had the collar.
Orion had the galaxy.
And it had a galaxy on his collar, an entire galaxy.
Yeah.
These things could be possible, man. I don't know. You know, atoms are the smallest thing in existence to us, right?
And we're made of a bunch of them.
What if those atoms are actually little galaxies? What if we're made up of all these little galaxies?
What if we are the Nephilim?
What if we are the universe? All right, now we're just getting
within the universe. Within the
crazy now.
I want you to stop this nonsense.
Stop this fucking nonsense. I don't know. I believe in aliens, and if that hole is real, if Mel's hole is real, it's the right hole, not the wrong hole. Let's get that straight.
Giggity.
But
should we take a road trip and try to find Mel's hole?
I would.
The bottom of it.
We're gonna let's get to the bottom of Mel's hole. I believe we have
into Mel's hole.
I believe here's tribute.
I believe we have a follower of a part of our community whose name is Mel, and I just want to make it very clear we're not talking about you, Mel. We're talking about Mel's hole.
We're not talking about your hole. We're not talking about your hole.
Come from something. You know, listen, Opie, the old stories, the tall tales, the fairy tales, I believe all of it comes from somewhere. Like, especially the concept of magic in general. Like, you know, there's all these stories about magic and the elements and fire and ice and dragons and this and that and the other. Like, I know we have great imaginations, but the stories have to come from somewhere.
Well, allegedly, as I was
that's
doing
a popular word tonight.
As I was doing research on Mel's hole this afternoon, the FBI did get involved from the anonymous caller that called and talked about Mel's hole. And supposedly, I didn't use allegedly that time, they came and seized the property where this hole is. You cannot get to it anymore. It's
well, I heard
like Area 51.
I heard that it's not even that. Like, they looked for it now and it's not there anymore.
That's because they've seized the property. You can't get anywhere near it.
Well, you can't get near it. Okay, so you can't get near it, but is it?
I
like,
thought
is
they've
it still
tried
there?
flying drones over it and they can't find it.
maybe they've disguised it somehow. I don't know, but I don't know if
See,
this is
and
true.
If the government's involved, there's something more to it. There's 100% something more to it.
The government has invaded Mel's Hole.
Oh my God.
There it is.
Who said on deployment? I thought about a lot of shit. Hell yeah, man.
That
You
looks
got
like
a lot
my
of time to
cat's
think
butt.
about it.
Looks like my cat's butt.
Doesn't look like a starfish.
Yeah, chocolate starfish.
It looks like the Archibald pothole.
Which
Pothole
was
State
apparently made by a glacier. That's a fist hole, baby. What is it? 6 meters wide, they said?
Yeah, 9. They said 9 meters,
9 meters wide.
but they also said that could be an old mine shaft. I'm like, well, if a shaft is in a hole,
Well, an old mine shaft, man. Where's the mine then? Where's the rest of the mine?
Jared looks more annoyed than normal tonight.
Nah, but I mean, I like the whole alien theory because I mean, you see all these experiences with UFOs, all these sightings of UFOs. I'm sorry, what are they called now? UAPs, unexplained aerial phenomenon.
Whatever they're calling them. They're not Mel's
But
Hole.
UFOs.
They're
That's what
UFOs.
called.
Where are they? Like we see all these stories of them being seen off the coast, over the oceans, and over water and whatnot. But like I feel like that is a nice spot for them to hide in, just down beneath the earth. What the fuck am I hearing outside my house?
Mel's Hole.
There's a lot of crackling going on down there. That's very distracting. Whew, I think fireworks are going on right out here. They're having a party next door. Anyway, I should have closed my goddamn windows. Moving on. Are we going to move on from Mel's Hole, or are we going to, hover around it a little
Let's
bit?
pay a bill and we'll get out of Mel's Hole.
Yeah, let's get out of Mel's Hole.
Today's episode is brought to you by Gustafson and Sons Towing, located at 29 Davis Road in Milanville, Pennsylvania. Gustafson and Sons Towing can handle a variety of services that you may need. Aside from 24-hour towing, they also handle winch outs, long hauls, shed moving, small or medium storage container moving, lockouts, jump starts, emergency roadside fuel delivery, and roadside emergency tire repairs. Got a junk car that you want removed? He'll buy that too and get it off your property. Go ahead and check him out over on Facebook at Gustafson and Sons Towing, on TikTok at Gustafson Sons Towing, or give him a call at 570-280-5890. If your car needs a ride but your wallet doesn't, call Gustafson and Sons Towing, 570-280-5890.
Holy shit, guys. We've talked for over a half an hour about nothing and Mel's Hole. Like, what the fuck? All right.
You're good at
So,
that.
really quick, guys, we'll just give you a quick little plug here. This Wednesday, we are doing a live episode of the NDT Squared Circle Sessions, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you're there. If you're a wrestling fan, we're going to talk about all things current. There is a PLE coming up for the WWE. There are some storylines that are being built and some predictions that I'm sure these guys want to make. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of wrestling content on Wednesday if you join us then on all the usual channels. Moving onward and upward, let's talk about some more shit that people don't believe in. We didn't get to talk about this last week, Aaron, because my wife just didn't want to talk about it.
Pooh.
She didn't know what she wanted to talk about, but she didn't want to talk about ghosts.
So I'm not gonna lie. I leaned in to pull my microphone closer, and that popped up on my fucking screen. Did you see me jump back?
No.
I was like, what the fuck?
Like I said, I didn't let her talk about my wild behavior. I was a little nuts last week.
She ain't lying. Like you were way out of pocket last week. I was laughing so hard at you.
I was wound. And I talked about literally nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing. That was a weird
Alex, you
show.
could come on and talk about Mel's Hole.
Jump scare for sure.
Yeah, that was creepy.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right.
All right.
So we want to talk about paranormal.
Yes, because Justin and I have talked about this stuff before. We've done our episodes in the past. Not that people remember, because our paranormal stuff we did back when we were audio only. We haven't done a whole lot during our video portion of this show. So in the last 2 years, we haven't done much of the ghostly stuff. So
right.
And you weren't a part of all of it. And you told me that you got a lot of stories. Gettysburg was a big one for you. You think it's one of the most haunted places in America, possibly in the world. Actually, I'd love to get into some stuff about, overseas and other battle sites between, World War I, World War II, and even back in like the Renaissance times, like the Crusades and shit, like big battlefields over in Europe and Asia and everything. But yeah, man, I'd love to hear some of your stories from down in Gettysburg. And there's one in particular where you mentioned last night that you pretended to be a ghost to try to scare someone. So,
well,
I want to hear about all this.
All right. I guess I'll tell you the whole story now. Originally, so after dark, you're not supposed to be on the battlefield at all. You're not. So what happened was we were out there walking around. We had our clothes on. For those of you that don't know, I used to be a Civil War reenactor, pretty heavy. We'd go all the time. So we were doing what's called a living history on the Wax Museum lawn. We'd go set up tents. We'd stay there. People come by, ask questions, blah, 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 blah. We'd still be dressed in our garb. So it was always the weekend of the 1st, 2nd. The days we were there was the July 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It was the days of the battle. So we were always there for that time. So we'd always want to go out exploring the battlefield after dark. We were going ghost hunting, like we always used to call it. But you're not supposed to be out there. So a couple friends of mine and I, we always used to go out. We'd sneak through the cemetery and we'd just go get lost. And this, the places we'd go, like walking 2-3 miles from where we were supposed to be. We were walking 2 or 3 miles on ground that we're not supposed to be on. So we're at the base of Little Round Top, and we see lights coming up the hill. So for those of you that haven't been to Little Round Top, it's all rocks. It's everything else. It's Corey and Justin. If you ever want to go, I'll take you down there. It's an awesome place to go and hang out.
We do want to go down to Gettysburg for sure.
Tons of rocks at the base of the hill, right next to the side of the road. So what happens is we see lights coming and we're thinking, shit, we're going to get arrested by the feds. So we jump over the rocks and hide behind the rocks. We don't have a car. We're walking. Then this car pulls in literally 10 feet from where we were. And I'm like, uh-oh. So now, mind you, I'm 17 years old. I don't want to get in trouble, whatever. So we start hearing people talking. It was 2 guys and a girl. So we peek around and we see that it's not the cops, just somebody else that's also not supposed to be out on the battlefield. So the 2 guys that I'm with love to bust balls just like I do. And they were older than I was. So Mark starts going, help me. Help me. I'm like, dude. So the chick starts looking around. Hello? And they're shining a flashlight. So then my other friend starts going, water. Well, then my infinite wisdom decide to just like kind of throw my arm up over the rock and like I'm dead weight and just start pulling myself up over. This chick got in a car, drove away, and left those 2 guys standing there. So now the lights are on us. Yeah, the lights are on us. We're dressed in our shit. These guys start freaking out, like, fuck you, like, don't come over here. This is fucked up. And I'm like, all right. So now, like, the joke's over because we don't want to get killed by these guys. Like, who knows if they got a gun or whatever. So she drives down the road and then decides, oh, shit, I better come back. So she turns around and comes back, and now the lights are right on us. And the guy's like, you stay the fuck over there. So I actually had to open my shirt up and show him. I had a New York Yankees t-shirt on underneath. I had to show him, like, dude, this is from last year when they won the World Series. Like, we're just messing around. We thought you were the cops coming to arrest us. And yeah, so it was pretty fucked up, but it was funny. But then I was just kind of like, well, we're assholes for doing that to them. But we told them, like, we were just trying to hide from the cops. We thought they were coming for us. But yeah, afterwards, it was funny. And then I didn't learn my lesson. So we were doing this at the Wax Museum, and they told us, if you're dressed in your gear, you can go in and walk in the Wax Museum and look around as many times as you want. And it was air conditioned in there. So July 2nd, it's hot as fuck down there. So I would go, and there was a guy that they had as a mime that would stand in the scenes and every so often just look at people and freak them out. So I'm like, well, this is fun. So I go sit in a corner on the ground, back to the wall, have my feet folded, and I just looking down at the ground. I had my hat pulled down way down. So people are trying to figure out if I'm real or not because they figured, oh, it's a wax figure. We're just going to see. So this one lady starts poking at my shoes. She's poking at my shoulder. So her daughter starts hitting me with a poster. And as the poster's coming down, my hand comes up and I swat this poster. 30 people freak out, start screaming, and I got banned from the wax museum the rest of the weekend. Was allowed to go in there.
Worth it though. Look at the story you got from that.
100%.
Totally worth it.
That was
I
a good
think
thing.
I love that.
There are definitely points in life where, you know, maybe you shouldn't be doing something, but you do it anyway. In retrospect, it's definitely worth it because you come out with a fantastic fucking story like that. So
Yep.
I think it's cool, man.
There's a gentleman that's written tons of books on the Ghost of Gettysburg. His name is Mark Nesbitt. He's actually down there quite a bit signing books. I'm going to reach out to him and see if I can't get him to come on with us and discuss some of the paranormal stuff that he's gone through because some of the stories are incredible. You know, and again, you got these people like, oh, it's not real. I'm going to tell you right now, the energy on that battlefield during, and I've been there all different times of the year, and I tell you right now, it's not in my head. The energy is just different down there during that week. It's just so odd. It's so weird. I can't really explain it. You have to be there to experience it, but the energy is so different. It's off the charts.
Like I know
I worked those days this year because I'm taking Phoebe down this year. Like we're just gonna do like a day trip.
I'll go. I'll drive.
Awesome.
Like fuck. I love it. I love it.
Like I know we've discussed on the show about the different types of haunts and like that I feel like that kind of
Monday,
thing
Tuesday, I'm off.
is a residual haunt. And it's almost like a scar in time, like it's a scar on the timeline or something. Like it's just etched there. It was something that was so intense and the energy was so intense that, you know, there's so much death. It's just that energy had nowhere to go. And now it's just stuck there replaying over and over again for all of eternity.
Well, the significance that battle alone had on that entire war, the Confederate soldiers had not lost a battle up until that point.
Yeah.
And General Lee made a mistake and charged up Pickett's charge. And the massacre that occurred on the third day totally changed the war.
Yeah.
They were able to fight for 2 more years, but they lost after that. They never won another battle. That was the turning point in our country's history.
Yeah. Yeah. Could you imagine what this country would be like if things had happened a little bit differently?
Okay. Like what?
Well,
because I will argue all this because I already know where you're going to go with some of it, I think.
Well, the South's big reason for the war. Well, I know it wasn't the main reason, but one of the big reasons for it was the idea of slavery, wasn't it? Wasn't that a big part of the war?
It's kind of part of it. The biggest thing was the Southern states their biggest point was, why are you to tell me how to live my life? It wasn't so much the issue of slavery. That was a big part of it. And that's a big,
and I knew it wasn't the main point. I knew it was a big point of the war though.
Yep.
That
was
was the biggest thing that
everyone remembers.
Came out of it.
That everybody's taught. So
yes.
Getting into this whole thing and the whole historian part of it, I've listened to a lot of people talk about this, and there's a big, what's the word I'm looking for? A big misconception about these slaves. So, yeah, they were slaves. They were working on the property, but they were taken care of. Most of them were taken care of by their plantation owners because they were fed, they were clothed, they were given housing because they were the ones that worked on the farms. Most of the movies you see, you shed a lot of this stuff in a negative light with the whippings and the beatings. And I'm not saying that didn't happen and that's terrible, but there's a third layer to all this that nobody really knows about as far as the issue of slavery. And I mean, it's terrible that it happened and I'm glad that it's no longer a thing, but most of them were taken care of because they were bought, they were property, they were their workers.
Right,
it's a big misconception about people like that.
That's my thing about if the South had won, though. Like you said, don't tell me how to live my life, and how they wanted to live their life was to have their slaves to run their plantations, to work their plantations.
That was a
And
small part of it, though.
would that have gone away if they won? I don't think that would have gone away had the South won and had their
There
way.
would have been more wars.
Yeah, there probably would have been a lot more bloodshed afterwards.
Yeah, because
You would-
Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation before the war was even over,
Mhm.
freeing the slaves, and no one listened then either. So this would have been more of an issue. It would have been really turned into more of a problem. And after the war was over, there was still plantation owners that had their people that worked for them on their farms.
Yeah.
So it really did go away, but it didn't. It's one of those things. There's a lot of stuff that we could really dive into. We talked about this for hours, but and again, I'm
Maybe
not
we
saying
can-
I
maybe
agree
we
with the whole
can.
idea of it. I don't agree with the whole idea of slavery. So don't anybody that's
Maybe we
listening to
can
me
start
says-
talking history sometime.
I love
we
it.
are nonsense and deep thoughts. Maybe we can educate people and have actual conversations about shit like that. I mean, we're always looking for new topics of discussion. So maybe we can get into that, because afterwards, I know you said, they were all freed, but some people still kept their slaves. But at that point, wasn't it like a choice thing? Like if the people who were
Yeah, they chose to
enslaved wanted
stay
to
and
go
work
off
for
and do their
them.
own thing, they chose to stay and work for those plantation owners. It's just that at that point, they then had to have compensation of some sort, right?
Yep.
I assume.
So,
Yeah.
Alex said, "Do you read books much, Aaron?" I think that's on my mom's books. Are still at my aunt's house, and she had a ton on Civil War.
I read books if it interests me, so I'd probably read the shit out of those. Yeah.
So you're big into history.
Yeah, I'm a history person. I love history. I've always wanted to go out to South Dakota to see the Black Hills, to see Mount Rushmore. And the cool thing was, like, when the National Treasure movies came out, and they're like, Mount Rushmore was a covering up this treasure map. I'm thinking to myself, man, that's badass. I would love to, that's the kind of stuff that interests me.
Yeah. And like we were talking about before, like I want to get into some local history on our show. I want to talk about a lot of local history and get more into local stuff, because we do have a huge local following, and I want to talk about things that might interest them and teach them some things about our area that I think would be cool to know about. So why don't we take one more quick break to pay another bill for an awesome commercial that our overlord Jared has made for us. Pay this bill, and then we'll finish up with one more discussion, and then we'll round things out. What do you think? Sound good? Good. Perfect.
I love it. You're the boss.
A long time ago in a Honesdale far, far away. Dragon's Den, games and hobbies. Episode 1. The Rise of Games and Hobbies. It is a period of gaming war. Rebel players, striking from a hidden base in the heart of Honesdale at 552 Main Street, have won their first victory against the dull empire of the mundane. During the battle, Rebel spies managed to steal secret plans to the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Dragon's Den, an armored gaming store with enough power to provide endless entertainment. Pursued by the Empire's sinister agents, gamers race home aboard their starships, custodians of the stolen plans that can save their people and restore freedom to the galaxy. Join the rebellion and embark on epic quests, from the strategic depths of Magic the Gathering to the fantastical realms of Dungeons and Dragons and the galactic battles of Star Wars tabletop games. The Den holds the key to victory. Our extensive selection of board games promises endless fun for friends and family. The Den is open for your daily dose of fun Monday from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m., Tuesday through Thursday from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m., Friday from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m., Saturday from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., and Sunday from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're a seasoned gamer or new to the dice, our welcoming community and knowledgeable staff are here to guide you through the stars. For inquiries, transmit messages to 570-647-4633 or via the Holonet at dragonsdengamingandhobbies@gmail.com. Stay updated with the latest Rebel dispatches and events by following us on the Holonet at facebook.com/dragonsdenpa. Dragon's Den Games and Hobbies, where every game is an adventure waiting to unfold. Visit us today and let the games begin.
Today's episode is sponsored by Dragon's Den Games and Hobbies. You can visit them at 552 Main Street in Honesdale, PA, or call them at 570-647-4633. What's going on, Cassie and Dan? How are you guys doing tonight?
Cassie.
Jeff says, I dabble in the paranormal and I'd like to get locked in Allegheny for 24 hours. You know what's a good one is Eastern State Penitentiary down in Philly. Alex and I went for one of their haunted house things.
Terror behind the walls.
Yes. We went to that before we had kids. That was great. There was one guy in costume.
Again? I don't know if I could do those anymore.
I would if I didn't have to go to Philadelphia. I'm just not a big fan of driving in Philly at all. It was really cool. I went for the Terror Behind the Walls. I have not gone for one of the actual tours. I would love to go for one of the tours. I would love to go to like a haunted asylum or some shit and spend a little time in it at night just to see what it's like. I would love to do some shit like that. We just have to find out where we can go legally and not, get arrested for trespassing. We could talk to somebody about doing something.
The self-guided tour at Eastern Penn now is pretty cool. Since COVID, they give you disposable earbuds and you plug it into your phone. It's a self-guided thing. It's really cool.
That's neat.
Yep.
Guys, we'll have to add our good buddy Dan, add his logo here onto our stream because Dan is a sponsor of the show as well now. So guys, make sure you go follow Wayne County Imaging if you don't already. Dan worked with us on the micro wrestling and he did some fantastic work getting amazing shots for us. So make sure you go check out all of his work.
Which I'm disappointed. They just had 2 shows up here. I didn't get to go to either one of them.
No, they canceled the Newfoundland one. Didn't you see that in group chat?
No.
They still had 2 shows. They had Wilkes-Barre, they had Binghamton. They canceled Newfoundland. I talked to Lenny shortly, briefly, quick answers as always. He's a very, man of few words.
That's the point.
Yes. They scheduled it for August 10th, which is a Saturday.
Last day of the fair.
So I'll hit him up again, and maybe we'll go up for that. I don't think we're going to set up shop the way we did last time, but maybe we can go up and get some content. I don't know if we can
with internet.
No, but maybe we can go up and get some content and whatnot. I'll talk to him soon about that.
Justin, we just did an event without internet. Come on, bro.
Yeah, we do have means. Cassie said, "Yeah, nah, that's crazy, but as long as there are no clowns, you're good with a night at an asylum as long as there's no clowns there, Cassie." Could be fun.
Cassie, what about a giant yellow duck chasing you around?
Giant yellow duck.
I'll have to send you guys a video. She knows what I'm talking about.
Oh God.
Jeff said, bring a Jacob's ladder with you. Please tell me what a Jacob's ladder is. Why don't I know the term, but why do I not know what that is? What's a Jacob's ladder?
Oh fuck.
Dan says I can bring my satellite internet. But yes, if they're rescheduling for August 10th, it is a Saturday night, and I am totally down to do that because it's a Saturday and we actually can. Like, I'm not big on the whole weeknight thing. Okay, to work the next day.
He's old,
kind of like a Tesla coil.
Can't hang.
So it's like an energy thing, huh, Jeff? Amplifies energy. Yeah, okay. Got you. Makes sense. Justin, do we want to get into any of the ghost stories that we have tonight, or do we want to save that for another night?
Like the old lady in your rocking chair?
Yeah. I have a short clip of Aaron running down the hall in a duck costume going, "Rawr."
If you can, please send that to nonsenseanddeepthoughts@gmail.com.
Yes,
Thank
please
you.
do.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, we were starting to discuss ghost stories. We're going to start getting back into some more paranormal stuff, Cassie. So if you have ghost stories as well and you'd like to share them, please feel free. I think maybe next week, our episode is on Monday. Next week we can do more like straight to the point ghost story stuff. We won't waste 15 minutes talking about nothing next week. I promise, guys.
We were talking about Mel's Hole.
That was for the next 20 minutes, but I think the first 15 minutes of tonight's show,
We
I
dug
talked
deep
about
into
nothing.
Mel's hole.
Yeah, we did get deep into Mel's hole today.
We
It was
just
pretty
call it
fantastic.
shaft.
Yeah, we're trying to stick something into stick a shaft into a hole. Is that what we were doing?
Giggity.
Something like that. So, guys, don't forget. Yes, Mel's hole. You can look it up. Dan. Mel's hole. It's fantastic. Huge.
Be careful.
Bottomless. Very wide. Very deep. Plenty of room for a washing machine or piece of construction equipment. You know.
We could have sent Dan to photograph Mel's Hole.
Yes,
Daddy,
Dan,
chill.
you could photograph Mel's hole. It's in Washington. But you could still photograph it.
Ellensburg.
Ellensburg.
In Ellensburg, Washington.
So, guys, don't forget, June 29th is our NDT Day at the Ballpark at PNC Field in Music, PA, for the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders. If you buy tickets from us, go over to our page. You can get the pinned post. Click that link, buy your tickets. You save $6 per ticket by purchasing through us, and you get a chance to win throwing out the first pitch. It's fantastic. I never know how to word that, so I word it differently every time in hopes that one of these times I get it right. So about a week before the baseball game, we're going to draw the winner for that. Aaron will be singing the national anthem that night. It is also the Office night. Stanley from The Office will be there. Leslie David something or other. Leslie David Baker? I don't remember. But he'll be there that night. The first 2,500 people through the gates will get a Leslie, a.k.a. Stanley, bobblehead. Super cool. Not a Stanley Cup. I'm told that I need to reiterate this. It is not a Stanley Cup. It is a Stanley from The Office bobblehead. They could have capitalized and done a Stanley. I know. It would have been fantastic. You still have to buy a ticket. Buy them soon. You got to buy them soon before you run out of seats, because while we do have 2 sections that we can purchase tickets for, which are great seats, you get to pick your own seats as close to the field as you want. Aaron is in section 13. I am in section 14, right up on the front. They don't reserve them completely for us because they still have to sell the tickets. So the space will be limited. You have to make sure you get them as soon as you possibly can so you can get as close to us as possible. We want to have as many people down there with us as we can to have a good showing for the NDT podcast. That is the ultimate goal. But yeah, it's going to be a nice time, man. How can you not enjoy a day at the ballpark, especially as cheap as it is? You know, you're always looking for something to do. Going out to a ball game is the perfect way to spend a Saturday night. It's great. Yes.
This sounds like it'll be
Never
fun.
a bad time at the ballpark.
Yeah. Mila has her outfit ready. Yes, she's going to be so adorable. It's fantastic.
Jared, is your brother still coming up?
Not confirmed yet. We'll see. I've been talking to him.
Okay,
Would
let
be
me know
nice.
so I can make your plans. If I have to adjust the other
Yes.
one, I will.
Yes. June 23rd. Also, guys, we are having a special guest from Beards, Brews, and Barbecues on Facebook. Make sure you go follow that page. His name is Mark. He has some great content. He's doing beer reviews. He does some awesome, cool little food reviews with his daughter. He does a lot of stuff over there. So make sure you check him out. He will be on the show on the 23rd. He is fairly local to us in the NEPA area. Go check him out and make sure you're here on the 23rd for that show. Remember, guys, we are going back to our old schedule. We are no longer doing the 2 variety shows every week, every Sunday, Monday. We're not going to do that. We're going back to alternating. So this upcoming Wednesday, we are going to have our NDT Squared Circle sessions, 7 p.m. And then next week, the variety show will be on Monday night at 7 o'clock. So the time is always the same, 7 p.m. But it's just the days are going to be a little flip-floppy. You can thank Justin for that one and his beautiful work schedule.
Fucker.
Hey, it pays the
Fucking
bills.
cocksucker!
I don't give a shit.
All right. You
you,
guys got
Corey.
anything? Fuck you, Corey. You guys got anything else before we head out for the night?
No, we're good.
Nope.
I'm good at it.
Good. All right, guys, remember you can follow us on all kinds of different social media platforms, but make sure you're checking in with us over on Facebook because that is the main place to interact with us. We are always putting out a lot of fun posts. We want to hear your thoughts and opinions on a lot of different things. And who knows, maybe if you guys get involved enough with some of these posts, we'll turn those posts into shows of their own. You never know. But I think next week we're going to do some more ghost stories. So if anybody has some intense ghost stories, maybe you want to come on and share, don't let me know. Reach out to us. All right. Hit us up. Until Wednesday night, guys, we will see you all later.
Later.
Later.